Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Sandra. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going through my January goals for 2024. So this is not the first time I've opened up this planner because if you guys have watched my previous work, I have spent hours doing these 6 videos for all of the prep work involved in this goal book, this goal planner. I'm so excited it's done because, to be quite honest, it was a lot of work, but I'm glad I'm done. So let's step into the new 2024 Cultivate What Matters Powersheets for the first time for the first monthly setup. I'll give you a quick run through of the pages, and then what I like to do is start with the calendar. So the first page is the monthly reset. So you write down important to-dos, goals to make progress on, see how that's new from last year, on my calendar, on my mind, and then you can do a check-in in all of these spaces. Then you get your calendar. So this is where you plan out all of the things, any appointments that you have. I do have a lot of appointments in January. And the funny thing is, I did not even fill out my calendar, my future log in my Franklin planner yet because I will be doing that video. So this is being filmed on December 14th because I wanted to get a head start. My Franklin video is going to be filmed tomorrow on the 15th because that will be for the yearly setup, not for the monthly. And that is simply because I will be getting my Jane's Agenda goal inserts, which I can start writing down my goals. So that has not been set up yet. So I feel like I'm flying blind a little bit. At the same time, I do enjoy using this planner as my starting planner. So I do this first, usually about the middle of the month. And then I can plan my month ahead of time, like after this is done. So this is like where I start from. And kind of how if you guys have watched my Plan Miss videos, which are currently on right now for the month of December from the 1st to the 25th, that's kind of how I start my Plan Miss, my morning planning routine or my evening planning routine. I look at my goal planner and I check to see, what I've done. Then I check to see what I can do for that day. And then I go on to my planners. So it's a nice way to kind of start your day. So this is new as well. So this gives you a weekly rhythm idea for the season. So this is going to give you from January, February, and March. And then April, I'm assuming that you have another one. Just going to double check. Let's see, I think it's at the end of March. So refreshed goals, and there you have it right there. So every quarter you will have one of these. So this is like your ideal schedule. It kind of forces you, and you don't have to use this page either if you don't want to, but it does kind of put it in front of you and say, hey, I'm here, or fill me out. And so I'm going to do that, and it's going to look like, I don't mind doing this once. This is my ideal schedule. This is what my schedule would look like if I, wasn't interrupted by kids all day. I do have 3 kids, and 2 of them are under 3. So, all that being said, this is my ideal schedule. So the next page, break it down. This is new. And you write the main goal, what you want to do, and then you break it down into steps. So that's kind of cool. It says use these checklists to break down your monthly goal or item from your tending list, or use them as a master to-do list. There's no wrong way to use it. So there's no like brainstorming page like there was before. So really, you're going to be doing that. Like this is your appointment page, but I think it's going to come from this page. This is where you're going to transfer from here to here to your tending list. And then you have the review on the back, but we don't do that until the end of January. And so, yeah, I'm liking this so far. So I'm going to start with the calendar. So I have 3 appointments January, and I don't know about my husband's work schedule because I'm not really sure. I think he leaves again. He works on the 4th of January at the current place he's at, unless there's further changes. So we'll write that in. And my son starts school on the 8th. So I know those dates. I would have to look online. Okay, so far there's only a couple of things, so that's fine. So this calendar is not going to be that full, to be quite honest. I think that's it. And then what I do is, um, like when I get my planner set up, these dates would go in my future log in my planner. So I would pull everything important like this from there. But I just had to kind of think about all of this stuff. Okay, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll highlight. So for example, all the birthdays would be highlighted in blue. And it would pretty much just be like important appointments. So like nothing, um, maybe days off school, but nothing like, early dismissal or garbage or anything like that. So I'll just highlight the appointments in this green color. And then I'll do like no school on in gray. Okay, and then that's all I do. And then if there's any notes or anything, I write it here, and that's it. So then what I'll do is, I'm not quite ready to fill this out, so I'm going to try doing this. So this is like my ideal schedule, and I am going to fast forward this part. So basically, you're going to see a lot of arrows here. I don't have any notes or anything, but this is kind of what my life looks like right now. So ideally, I mean, sometimes my kids fight going to bed at certain times, or if my son has a nap during the day at like 5 o'clock, he's not going to go to bed at 7. But for ideal, this is what it would look like. So even though you're not supposed to sleep in, I still do because man, sleep is a commodity. Um, I usually get up at 5 if I don't sleep in during the week. If I do, sometimes it messes me up, and then my work goes from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, and I keep transferring it all through the week. Um, so Monday, like every day during the week, I try to wake up from 5 to 7:30 is when I plan and do work. I get the kids up at 7:30. I take my son to school. I come back. I make my 2 youngest breakfast. So I mean, I do feed my oldest breakfast before he goes, but it's like such a rush that I didn't even write it in here. Breakfast for the 2 young ones, and then I play with them and I get them set up and they do stuff. I watch my son while he crawls around on the floor, and then I go back to work and I either edit videos or I try to film. He'll have a nap at about 11 o'clock. So when he goes down for a nap, sometimes I use that time to film. And then again, school at 3:30 on Thursday, it's early dismissal. As soon as he gets home, he does reading and homework. We have dinner 4:30 to 4:30 to 6 around there. And then usually the kids have an hour of like free time. And then my baby goes to bed at 7 sometimes. And he only used to have a bath once a week because when I brought him home from the hospital, they were like, no, don't bathe him. It's very traumatic for babies. And it was very traumatic for him because I'd only given him a bath once a week. So he wasn't used to it. So I know I've gotten into the schedule every 2 to every 3 days is when I give him a bath. And then my daughter has her bath if she needs one, and then bedtime about 8 o'clock. She was in bed by 7 before, but I've been finding it's just naturally, like she won't go to bed at 7. Okay, and then my son is in bed by 9, and then I start my nighttime routine about 10 o'clock for in bed for 11, which still doesn't really give me enough sleep because I get up at 5, but it is what it is. It's the life of a working parent. if my kids were out of the house and I was able to work 8 to 4, I could probably wake up a little bit later. Okay, so that's done. That was interesting. I like that. Now I'm going to move on to this one, the monthly reset page. So for this one, I will write out everything that I can think of here. And for the goals, I'm going to fast forward this and we'll talk about it a little when I return. And we might actually have to check in with goals, but for now, I'll write down what's on the calendar. All right, guys, so I'm done. At first, when I looked at it, the page was a little daunting. I was like, oh, I can't fill all this out. There's too much empty space. But you know what? I filled that out really easily. So the first thing I did was I looked at my main goals and then I just kind of wrote down the main things I could think of at the top of my head. And then I started looking at the worksheets. So the part where the goal action plan, like all the details, and then I started adding. So important to do's, I want to do the filing cabinet clean out, pick book titles for my 9-book goal for January, fill out Maker's yearbook and business plan, project notes for my basement and desk refresh, organize the Xmas decorations in the basement and put away what we have up here from Christmas. Goals to make progress on desk refresh, basement clean. So even if I just get rid of the boxes, like the empty boxes that are down there, that's good enough for now. Pick up dog poop weekly, so I'm going to schedule that in. Finances, so expenses daily, budgeting weekly, and I will be doing videos on that. And monthly budget close on the 1st, so that will be for December. So every time there's the 1st of the month, it's always obviously for the previous month. I'm reading 9 books, water daily, spiritual personal development. That one I have to actually make a better goal. I have to do something. I want to work on that, but I need to specify how. Channel art, new intros, and then biz plan reader's yearbook or maker's yearbook, sorry. But I feel like I put that over here. Okay, on my calendar, so I won't go through that again. And on my mind, Chad not being here, if I take my son to the CF appointment by myself, very difficult, hard to find parking, hard to drive down there, especially in winter, very scary. Cold, I'm worried about the roads for driving. If my Jeep is fixed yet, I'm still worried about that. Download new songs from Epidemic Sound for my channel. Do biz financial spreadsheet. So this is a spreadsheet I made for myself, which is completely tailored to my own needs. And then, so I do my own spreadsheet in Excel, but I have my stats, analytics, and financials for December 2023, and then scheduled dentist cleaning for myself and my daughter. Sounds like a lot of stuff to tackle actually for the month of January. Here's starting off strong. And then I've rated myself based on how I feel for December, and spiritual personal growth was a 1 because I never got to work on it at all. And self care was a 1 because, again, I feel the same way. I definitely need self care. And community too, because I'm at home. Other than talking with you guys, like through comments, I don't see people. I talk to my kids, and it gets a little harrowing at times. So, yeah, that's about it. Okay, so now we are finally on to the tending list. So I'm going to rate this. And now I don't know if I'm going to be using this or not. This might be a place where, like, I can brainstorm, like it says, you can use it to write a master to-do list or a task list or your goal. So, like, mine would be my desk. Um, I think I gave myself the month to do it. So I could have two, and then I could say, okay, I'm going to organize all my markers and pens this month or this week. And then next week I'll do all my stickers. Week after I'll do all my dashboards, my planner pages. I do have a lot of stuff, so I don't really know where to start. And I almost feel like I have to empty off my entire desk before I can like put it all back in, if that makes sense. Um, I kind of like where everything is right now, but there are a few changes I'll be making because I'm changing my expense book. It won't be the heavy book I'm used to. It'll be the lighter, smaller books I can keep in front of me. Um, but I like where my sticker paper is. It's on this really nice layered tray, which is like really easy to reach. So there's some things I'll probably keep the same, but I do want to take everything off and just dust it and clean for sure. So that it might be as simple as that. And then I do have some planner inserts that are going to be going down to the basement because they are from 2022 and 2023. And then the new ones I will keep up here. So, encouraging words. So we're going to start the year strong. And priority, I don't really know if I have a priority. I'm just going to leave that blank right now. So I'm going to have to review my, um, reference my old planner because I'm not quite sure what I want to start with here. So I will fast forward this part. All right, guys, I think I am done. This took a little bit of like rethinking what I wanted things to look like. So, because I have so many different things tracking for the month, I sometimes break up my boxes instead of just like, doing it a third of the way with a highlighter. I just put a line there so it's easier to say, yep, that's done. Same with the books. I have 9 spots there. Budget, I have my budget for February, my budget close for December, my analytics, stats, and financials. Here I've got intro for both channels and then new channel art for both channels and then planner setups. I left an open one because I can't remember if I have another planner somewhere that I need to set up. How sad is that? So I have my classic, my compact for Franklin, my biz planner, and my goal planner. So that would be February goals to do at the end of the month. And then weekly is, cleaning up the dog doo-doo, budgeting and bills, plan with me, which includes meals and groceries because I do that for the week, professional development, spiritual, I did put those on there, and scheduling. So as long as I follow my schedule, again, I kind of was a little bit vague here because I don't know what that's going to look like. I might change it. I don't know. Okay, and then for daily, I've got expenses, water, tidying, percussions, habits and health, school, and then read journal. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, please subscribe. Click on the bell notification to be notified when I upload new content. And I hope you really enjoyed the video. And I hope you learned a couple of things. And if not, if you're like, that's old news, well, I'm glad you watched anyway. So thank you so much. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye.